There. Oh yeah, sitting in the sun, enjoying the rays. Looks like I'm glowing in the dark. What's everybody up to this morning? Sitting here waiting on my electronic lumper payment to come through. What's up, everybody? Mile High 1010, first in the house. Thank you very much for coming in. Adco loading. DB in the house. What's up? We're getting unloaded currently at the U.S. Foods. So we'll see how long this takes. I only got a couple pallets for them. So I could get this done before sundown. Um, according to how U.S. Foods usually goes for me, yeah. This one's not bad though. This one is a pretty good one. This is probably the best U.S. Foods as far as in and out times I've ever been to. Um, got some frozen chicken for them. We're going to get that off. I got a couple. I don't know. I got like 7 or 8 pallets here. I think it's 7 here and then 7 at the next stop, or maybe 8 at the next stop. It's a good load though. It only weighs 20,000 pounds. Got 2 stops, Minneapolis, and then I got to go over to North Dakota and drop again. Let's see. Lone Star Transport in the house. Good morning. What's up, Lone Star? Adco getting bags of money. Trucker Wild in the house. What's up, Trucker Wild? It says morning from Canada. Eh? Yeah. Good time running those Canada loads. I used to go to Canada twice a week. Uh, I'm glad I don't do that anymore. I mean, not that it was a really bad thing, I guess, going to Canada. Um, my only beef with going to Canada was one time. See, what had happened was uh, I tried to enter into Canada, and this was probably, I had in the past month, I had probably entered, uh, I was probably going in twice a week. So, I'd probably already entered 3 or 4 times the month that this happened. And, like I was entering like twice a week, basically for 6 months. And, yeah, this little Canadian trooper, Homeland Security type lady pulled me out of line as I was going through the ABC or whatever the hell it's called. I don't even remember any of that anymore. You used to have to go to this little off-site, so they could do your transfer paperwork. But anyway, there was a Canadian troopers there working, and she didn't like something about how I walked or how I looked or something, and she pulled me off to the side, and they went through my truck with a fine-tooth comb. Not the freight, the cab. I'm talking like they was putting my shit out on the sidewalk. And, yeah, took about 3 hours for them to take all my stuff out of the truck, and they went through everything. They went through bags of clothes. They went through, I mean, I don't know. They went through everything. And then, yeah, found nothing. Was like, hey, there's your stuff. Have a good day. And I was like, oh, I got to put that back in there? And they were like, yeah, pretty much. So, I did not enjoy that day in Canada. For the most part, Canada's okay with me. That one trooper, maybe not so much. I guess they don't have a thing called probable cause in Canada. They got probable, you know, they got probable. We're gonna check you no matter what up there. But anyway, let's get back to talking about the electronic lumper payments. Is anybody dealing with these electronic lumper payments these days, where um, instead of writing them a check, you just go, they send you a link to a website, you go on that website, you enter the number of your check, Actually, I don't think you do that. You just enter what kind of check, and then you enter your authorization number, and bam, you're good to go. I like that. I like that they've switched that over. Is anybody else dealing with that? Let's see who else in here. Adco, you are the cash king. Yeah, appreciate that. Having a really good week so far. I got to deliver this in. So like I said, I got to final this out tomorrow morning in North Dakota, and that will wrap up my week. And it has been a good one. I've run about 3,600 miles this week, though, so it ain't been no, easy week. Both I did 2 loads this week, both multi-stop. So it's been a lot of logistical headaches. But dang, yeah, 3,600 miles. Good rate on that. It's not just running a lot of miles to run a lot of miles. It's actually a pretty decent rate on that. I would say I'm probably over $2 a mile to the truck with that 3,600 miles. I'd have to do some math on it. Let's see here. J&R Transport in the house. What's up, J&R? Appreciate you stopping by. If y'all could hit that like button for me as you come in. Adco, really don't want to go to Canada. Yeah, like I said, I used to go to Canada twice a week on an automotive dedicated run. I had with Nissan. I would go up to Brampton, Ontario, which is like the north side of Canada. It's up there. It's up there north of Toronto, like by the airport area of Toronto. It's a nice area. I don't mind running Canada, other than it's kind of like California to me. It's kind of like you just got to run a little slower. You gotta watch out for them troopers, man. They get you up there. So yeah, that's my only thing with Canada. I liked it when I did it. Like I said, I did that run for about 6 months, and then that was with USA Truck. They lost that set of contracts and got a different set of contracts, or that load went away, or that supplier changed. I don't know. I know by the time I settled into it, I was about 6 months in, and I would either go from Brampton, Ontario, down to Smyrna, Tennessee, or I would run from Brampton, Ontario to Canton, Mississippi, which is like near Jackson, and Smyrna's right outside of Nashville. So basically I just go back and forth. Wasn't bad. It was like home every other weekend is the way they did that. Home every other weekend. So and that was on paper logs. So yeah, had some good days on that. Let's see here. Adco said paid mine with a credit card. Alright, yeah, a lot of lumpers don't even take credit card anymore. They want you to pay them with a check, and they want that check to be certified, and they want to charge you $4 or $5 for using the check that you brought. I got a couple beefs with lumpers, okay? I know I made a video a little while back about lumpers, explaining them, and I don't hate on lumpers. Actually, I have a huge respect for the lumper, him or herself, the one in there unloading the truck and restacking. So the way it works, my beef with it is number one, why do I have to be part of the payment process? To me, the shipper and the lumper, or the broker and the lumper, should handle that. They shouldn't want me messing with their money. And the other one I have is I lost it. I got a text from the lumper, and that threw my thought off on the lumper. Let's see here. Welcome to Capstone, blah blah blah, digital payments, blah blah blah. DIY Semi in the house. Good morning, DIY Semi. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate everybody stopping by. DIY Semi put me on that Mud Flap app. I have a link to it in the description. Check it out. I saved $41 on one fill up yesterday. using that. So still trying to keep my platinum membership at Love's because, I still want the unlimited showers and whatnot. But, $41 is pretty significant on one fill up. Let's see here. Lone Star Transport in the house. What's up, Lone Star? Says, I haul cattle. I wish I could use lumpers. Yeah, right. Who's going to restack these cattle? Who's gonna restack these cows? Yeah, let's see here. Wish I could use lumpers. Yeah, sorry there, I had to return a text. Let's see here. Mississippi to Arkansas today. I hope that's freeway, man, because some of those back roads in Mississippi and Arkansas are rough. Like, you know what I mean? They're just curvy and hilly. You can't make no money running those roads. Adco, they want contactless payment. They sent a link to my phone. Yeah, mine. He says his was Capstone as well. Yeah, I like the thing, the electronic thing, because I was actually sitting here last night. I don't know why I was so like, I was at this U.S. Foods like I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I know they do this electronic payment. I just didn't think about it. But I was sitting there wondering. I was like, do I have any EFS checks on me right now? Because normally I just go in the truck stop and I ask, hey, can I have 3 or 4 EFS checks? Normally they got a stack. Most of them got a box of them. They don't care to give you a few. It's just the fact of, do I remember to get them? That's the main thing. I should get it in my head, like every time I get a fuel receipt, I should ask for a couple EFS checks. That way I'd have a nice little stockpile. Or if I go to the office, the people in the office give me like 20 or 30 at a time. I just can't ever remember it. And then I always get to a place where I was at a place the other day and I was like, can I get a check? Because I honestly didn't have any. And boy, they treated me like I was a first-rate criminal. They were like, you don't have any checks? And I was like, no, believe it or not, people run out of things. So I wasn't really smart with them like that. I know better than to get somebody in a shipping window, but you know how that can go. But yeah, that's get this right here. Yeah, I like the electronic payment. I don't have to sit here and worry if I got EFS checks. But yeah, worrying if I got EFS checks or, there's a lot of times I see guys at these places, trying to hunt for a check or going around asking people for a check, and I'm like, why are they making that our problem? I really thought things were going to change drastically when Walmart went, no more driver interaction with the lumper payment. And it's funny to me that the biggest company in the world can manage to, handle payments without having to have a driver remember to, it's just another layer of things I got to remember and I got to deal with. And I'll be honest with you, as an owner-operator, you're probably tacking on an extra 10 to 15 hours a week of handling things outside of the truck, like paperwork, taxes, planning out, fuel stops, all that's like just ticky-tack, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. And let me tell you, I got enough to remember. I don't need to remember, do I have EFS checks? Let me call in and get let me call this broker and get an EFS code, or call somebody in the office if it's a customer freight. Like, I'm just like, why? Why do I have to deal with it? So, yeah. I mean, I do like the electronic payment that Capstone's doing. They just need to take it a step farther and say, we're done with the driver being responsible for the lumper payment. Atco says brake week coming soon. Yeah, get those brakes checked, everybody. I missed that message apparently, or did I? I don't know. I'm all confused on where I'm at right now. Let's see. They want contact payments. Mine was Capstone. Yep. I don't have any T-checks yet. I think I've got everything in the truck. I've got T-checks. I've got as far as like just the blank check. I've got T-checks. I've got com data. I've got EFS. I mean, normally we do EFS, and I prefer the broker to do EFS, but occasionally I'll get one that sends a com data code. I haven't had a T-check code in so long. I don't think many people are doing. I mean, I guess they accept them anywhere. You know, like these lumpers take any form of payment. So I just haven't done a T-check in a while. Probably been at least a year since I did a T-check. Time to wake up with a sun drop. That's probably not a good promotion. You can't even see the can. There you go. Sun drop. It's diet. So we're doing that this morning. But yeah, electronic payments. Then we're going to run up to going to get this load. Get this. This was a really good load. I got, actually, you know, the funny thing is, last week I was in Atlanta. I couldn't find anything out of Atlanta. Like, Atlanta was so dog crap, I deadheaded to Nashville. So this week I was in Orlando. In Orlando, I couldn't find anything out of there. I couldn't find anything out of South Georgia. There was a lot of trucks going into Florida. And, you know, it was craziness. I mean, you're talking like, you know, South Georgia back to, you know, anywhere up here, like Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, North Dakota. You know, those are the places I like to come back to. That way I'm closer to the house, or closer to my customers or people I know. And nothing. But one of the guys in the office actually booked this load for me. And I was glad he did, because, you know, they sit there at their computer all day with all these, you know, notifications turned on, you know. So they get all these notifications about these loads, and, you know, a lot of times I would never find these loads, you know, because they're looking on crazy load boards like, you know, mega fleet load boards. They're looking on all kind of load boards. So, yeah, I was pretty happy he found this. It's Atlanta. Now, given I had to deadhead 500 miles for it, but it paid way better than anything. Like I said, it's like 1,800 mile trip, maybe more. I think it's actually closer to 2,000 once I get it all done. But and it's not a great rate. But for a backhaul out of Orlando, it's not bad, because it was like, I think it's like 1,900 miles altogether, and 500 of that's deadhead, and then it's only a 20,000 pound load. 20,000 pounds. Man, I was doing some great fuel economy yesterday. I just got the oil changed, so I got that going. I just put a new air filter in. I got that going. 20,000 pound load. Yeah, I was doing some real fuel economy yesterday into the wind. Not a huge wind, maybe about a 10 mile an hour wind up through Illinois. Into the wind, I was getting about 8.6 miles a gallon. And now, like I said, that's against the wind. Once I got over into once I got over into Wisconsin, the wind kind of was more of a side wind, not really straight on headwind, and it kind of died down. But really, I wouldn't even call that, it was like 5 mile an hour. It's not even noticeable to me. So, but yeah, boy, it started coming up real quick. Cause I was like 8.6 from filling up the early morning before, and yeah, that 8.6 came up pretty dang quick. So I would say across Wisconsin, I was probably getting, I would ballpark. I was in like, probably low to mid nines on that. So hopefully the fuel economy returns. It had kind of been dipping down some because of the idling, and I was getting due for an oil change. My air filter was due, so got all that taken care of. A little routine maintenance this week. Um, I couldn't pick this load. I got up till like 3 p.m. and I'd actually drove up to get it the night before. So I ran up to Love Speedco there and got the old oil changed. I think it's still going on. I think it's going on until August 31st. But if you get a oil change done over there at Speedco, you get that. They got a deal going. If you use, I put semi-synthetic in this truck because that's what this truck's recommended to have, is semi-synthetic, 1030 semi-synthetic. So I run that, and right now, if you use Dello, if you're going to get your oil changed, use Dello, because they got a $75 gift card you get if you use Dello over there at Love's. And basically all oil costs the same amount there. I'm pretty confident. Normally I go with the Shell Rotella. Normally it's what I've been putting in. But I actually looked it up because I wasn't too sure about Dello. I never used it before. I mean, it's by Chevron, so I know it's not gonna blow my engine, because a company like Chevron, they're gonna stand behind a product. So we're actually getting unloaded. I feel them in the trailer finally. But I switched over to Dello. I got to looking. Actually, Freightliner that's now the official oil of Freightliner. As far as that's what comes from the factory in these trucks. It's 10W30 Dello by Chevron. So, but yeah, you get a Love's gift card, $75. If you do conventional oil, you still get a $50 gift card. So yeah, pretty sweet deal. And it's easy to qualify for it. All you gotta do is have your receipt, and you just go on. You don't even have to mail it in now. It's all online. You just take a picture of the receipt, you upload the receipt, you put in your name and the date, and bam, they mail it to your house. So pretty sweet little deal. I mean, I don't do my own oil changes just because of convenience. I don't really have the facilities to do it, would be the main thing. If I had the facilities, I probably would work on it. I'd probably do it more, but I don't know. A semi-synthetic at Love Speedco right now is $456 these days. So that does add up. I do those every 20,000 miles. So that's like 2.5 cents per mile that I'm putting in on an oil change. So I think that's what that comes up to. I don't know. My decimal point may be off there. I think that's what that comes up to. Like 2 cents a mile, a little over 2 cents a mile, like 2.2 or something like that. But yeah, you got to have it done. I'd rather do it. And that comes, they grease everything. That's like a little package deal. They grease everything. That's both fuel filters, both oil filters, everything. So it's good times. But yeah, what's everybody doing out there this morning? Let's see. Okay, I've missed some comments here. DIY Semi says, I love Diet Sun Drop. Yeah, I treated myself to a case of those the other day when I was in the South. I haven't had a Sun Drop in, I don't know, probably about a year and a half. And I was in the busy corner over there in Manchester, Tennessee. And they didn't have cases of Diet Mountain Dew, but they did have cases of Diet Sun Drop. And I was like, hey, I'll do that. Agco says, where's the best place to get steers and front end alignments? Um, I don't know. Anybody want to talk about front end alignments? Anybody? Well, not does anybody want to talk about it, but does anybody know where to get it done? I get my tires. I get my tires through the company here. They got a mega fleet discount. I mean, I don't work for a mega fleet, but their fuel card is from a mega fleet, and that gets us discounted shop rates at Love's, and it gets our tires for the same price that the mega fleet pays, and it's pretty darn good. These those two new super singles I put on about 2 months ago. Those things were I was looking them up online, and I called about them at a few places. I couldn't find them under $1,000. They were like right at 1,100 a piece for me to just go buy them, and that's 1,100 plus FET tax, tax, everything. So you're looking at $1,200-$1,300 a tire. I think that's about what it was. Yeah, I want to say it was like $1,089 was the cheapest I could find them. But I mean, we got them here for like, I can't remember right off my head. It was like a little under $900. They were like $875, $879. I mean, it was a huge discount. I was like, dang, man. But let's see. Lone Star says MD Alignment. Yeah, I've heard of MD Alignment before. Trying to think of the name of the shop in Tennessee. I can't remember right offhand. There used to be a little, which I mean, you probably never would see them because they're not very big. But they're right off the freeway in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's a Goodyear place. I can't remember. I had an alignment done there years ago. It's done pretty good. Steer tires, yeah, boy, I'm fixing to need some steer tires myself. I need steer tires myself. I've been trying to just run these out, the way I can wait as close to winter as possible. And why change out a tire if it don't gotta be changed out? Like, I ain't saying run them down to the the legal limit, but if it's got tread on it, run it. Let's see. Iowa 80 is a TA shop, isn't it? I'm just thinking, I think their shop's a TA shop. I don't know, I've heard a lot of nightmares come out of those TA alignments, so I'd be wary of that one. I mean, I ain't saying I wouldn't do it, I'm just saying, I do a lot more research. Jedediah Kelly, I hope I'm not messing up your name. Jedediah Kelly says, hey, how's it going this morning? It's going pretty good. We're getting unloaded. We're over here at US Foods trying to make it happen. Get this done. I got a few little errands I got to run here in town, and then this afternoon we're going to ride up to North Dakota. We're going to finish this load up in North Dakota. Lone Star, MD Alignment, check for locations. Yeah, MD Alignment, they used to be on, this curtain's bugging the shit out of me. MD Alignment used to be on Kevin Rutherford's show. And they check their locations. I think they got a few satellite locations now. So yeah, check the locations. I know they had one in Kansas City, and I think they were getting a location in Ohio, or they had a partnership with somebody out there. DB215 says, I use STTC Service Tire Truck Center for alignment. Boy, that is a mouthful. That is a mouthful of a name right there. I use STTC Service Tire Truck Center for alignment. All right, so yeah, if you're not somewhere where you can write those down right now, we're about the 30-minute mark in the at about the 30-minute mark in the live here. So if you want to go back and check the replay about 30 minutes in, um, let's see here. So yeah, Lone Star says check MD alignment, and DB215 says STTC Service Tire Truck Center. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would probably, if you're in a bind, which I don't know, an alignment really shouldn't be something you're in a bind over. You know, like you should be able to pick your alignment location. I don't know. I'm more of a, which most of the time I am. I'd rather use a, you know, smaller, more independent place when it comes to stuff like that. You know, to me, it seems like those, a lot of those electronic alignments, you know, I want somebody that kind of knows how to do it old school. Because I know on my car, man, I had a, I had an alignment done on the car with an electronic at Big Old Tire. And let me tell you, it was the worst alignment I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if the guy even knew what the machine was for. Like, yeah. Chewed a new set of tires off in no time. Like, I had to take that joker right back in there and get that one redone. See, the Ohio Trucker's in the house. What's up, Ohio Trucker? Says hello. The Ohio Trucker says hello. Been watching you for a few days now. All right, yeah, appreciate you jumping on board. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and hang around for all the antics. You know, we're trying to make business more profitable, and try to help people that want to, you know, go from being a company driver or just anybody that wants to be an owner operator. Kind of show them, you know, one avenue of getting from point A of not being an owner operator to being a profitable owner operator. I don't want you to just be an owner operator so you can say you're an owner operator. You know, like there's no point in that. I tell people all the time, and I'm not talking to you specifically, but I'm just in general. You know, like there's nothing wrong with being a company driver. Like, if you're not a really profitable owner operator, I would say, you know, just go be a company driver, because, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know, like, there's no shame in, you know, making good money, having good benefits, you know, and not having to worry about all the other things that go along with being an owner operator, you know. Some days I am jealous of these companies, you know, where they tell the driver everything. You know, they babysit the driver. You don't have to worry about where to fuel. They tell you where to fuel. How many gallons should you buy? Who cares? They tell you. You don't need to know that stuff. That would free my mind for so much other crap. Like, you know, I could probably get into politics if I, you know, if I had that kind of free time. And I wouldn't just have this cynical approach that all politicians are out to get us. I could actually put some thought into this. Let's see here. Edco, appreciate the help. Not in a bind, but it's on the list. Yeah, I know what you mean. You got that. Normally, you got two lists going. You know, the gotta haves and the I needs. And I guess I wouldn't really say needs and wants, because, you know, it's not really a want. It's a need, but you got the you know, you got the now and the later, like the candy, I guess. You got now and later. So yeah, it's kind of how I was with my oil change the other day. I'm glad there was a Love's nearby that I could get my oil change done at, because, you know, I've been running hard and I just haven't had the time to get in for an oil change. And I don't like letting it go over. You know, I like sticking to my interval, because if I ever start going over, then it's like, okay, well, last time I went over by 1,000, and I'm only over by 1,500 this time. You know what I mean? I like being, you know, real picky. You know, like like that teacher that's over the detention class. You know what I mean? I'm a hard ass when it comes to my intervals, or I try to be at least. Um, but yeah, I got a few things I'd like to do because I'm coming up on 500,000 miles. So I got some services that that we're looking at. You know, probably gonna do differentials. Probably gonna go full synthetic on all the differentials. I don't know. I need to look and see what they put in this truck from the factory. It may be synthetic from the factory, but yeah, I like I like keeping on my intervals. Let's see. The Ohio trucker says getting loaded in Maryland. All right. Hopefully you're going to be out of Maryland soon. Nothing against Maryland, just not my place. You know. I'm like most old peaky truckers. I don't like the Northeast. You know. My main thing with the Northeast, I ain't got enough connections to be over there. You know, I get my head just knocked clean off every time I go over there. I go in there all happy and smiling. You know, I'm like $3.50, $4 a mile. You know, maybe $3 a mile, whatever. I'm trucking in there with a big smile on my face, and then I get unloaded, and I'm usually coming out of there for like $1.50 a mile. Or a lot of times I'll just deadhead clean out of there back to like Chicago to get a load. Like, but yeah, hopefully Maryland's treating you well. Jerry Rock says sun drop. Yes, sir. I'm on a sun drop kick this week. I bought me a case of these in Manchester, Tennessee. Sundrop should throw me a promotion. I mean, I got 12 people staring at this can of Sundrop right now. Subliminally, you'll be wanting a Sundrop now. I guess that's not really subliminal when I just upright and say, Sundrop. Rory's in the house. What's up, Rory? It says afternoon from the Emerald Islands. All right, that sounds like a good place to be. Let's see. Rory is he is like totally changing up my YouTube demographics, because I used to have people only from the US watching, and now it says US like 99.8%, and then I got a 0.2% from other. So hey, there we go. I'm international now. Thank you for that, Rory. Ohio trucker, what are your what are your intervals on oil changes? I do 20,000 miles. I do semi-synthetic. This truck, if you use the filters they tell you to use, like it's got a bypass system on it. So if you do the filters they tell you to do, and you do like full synthetic, you're supposed to be able to do like 50,000 mile oil changes. I'm not worried about the oil breaking down in 50,000 miles. I'm more worried about what gets in it, and for that not to kill your warranty going 50,000 miles, you have to also have to take samples at 30 and 40,000 miles, I believe. So instead of messing with all that, I mean, that is a heck of a deal, because but what's a full synthetic oil change? Like $800. So I'm like, I just change mine out every 20. I pull a sample on about every third one, just to just to run the numbers, just to see what's happening. It's worth it, I think, to pull the numbers on it. But that's where I'm at. I do it every 20, just keep the soot out of it, get it changed. Skylar Peters says, what up about to get back to driving, but I'll be listening. Appreciate that, Skylar. Appreciate that. I do appreciate everybody coming in. Thanks to everybody. If you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. Hit that like button. We're chilling in Minnesota right now. We got a red light. We're getting unloaded. I think it was a pretty even load. It was 20,000 pounds, and like 11,000 or 9,000 came off here. 11,000 comes off in North Dakota. So this load should have really good fuel economy on it because it's like a 1,900 mile load. I deadheaded 500 miles to get the load, which is in that 1,900. So of the 1,900 miles, 500 of it was empty to deadhead to get it. And then the load itself weighed 20,000 pounds, and it was about 1,100 miles. Maybe, wait, 1,100 plus. Yeah, that's about right. I think it was like 1,165 or something like that from the pickup to the first stop at 20,000 pounds. 9 of it's coming off here. We're going to run 11,000 pounds on up. So yeah, should be a good deal. Let's see here. But yeah, I appreciate you coming in, Skylar. I do appreciate everybody coming in. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That pushes us out to more people. The more people, the better the conversation, because more people can chime in. You know, I know a lot of people listen as they drive, and I appreciate that. I'll tell you right now, watch the road. No, I'm just playing. But stop staring at my beautiful mug and watch the road. Let's see. The Ohio trucker says Sundrop equals sugar in a can. Yeah, I don't do regular soda. I only do diet soda. I don't know if you can see that. Diet soda. I can't do sugar. Can't do sugar. If I have 1 gram of sugar, I'll stop and pee 75 times in a day. So no sugar for this guy. Let's see. I really don't even like sodas, to be honest with you, because I don't like all the carbonation and well, I like it, but not as far as like how it, treats my body. All the carbonation and all the extra crap they put in soda. And I know I'm killing my Sundrop sponsorship here, but let me just read you one thing off the side of this can here. Anybody know what phenylnuric is? Does anybody know what that is? I've never heard of that. I don't think my mama puts that in her recipes when she cooks stuff. Phenylnuric or something like that. I mean, this word has 16 letters in it. That word has 16 letters in it. PHENYLKETONURICS. And sometimes Y. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, normally what I was doing for a while, I got to get back to doing it, is, I just had some caffeine pills that were like, I ordered them online. They were like 50 milligrams of caffeine, which is probably about what that soda has, maybe a little bit more. It's about like a cup of coffee. But I would just take one of those in the morning, like, to give me a little pep instead of drinking a soda. And, I was just drinking that and water, or taking those and water. And I think it's a better way to do it. I really do. Because you don't get all this extra crap in there. Because honestly, the only reason I drink that is for the caffeine to wake up in the morning. Jerry Rock, Sundrop is made by Dr. Pepper Group. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can only get it like, there's only a few states you can find Sundrop in. But, yeah, Sundrop used to be really big in Tennessee where I lived. It's kind of fell off. More people are more Mountain Dew these days. I forget about it a lot because, I live in Minnesota now. And, Rory, yeah, I appreciate you being here, Rory. You're upping my demographics, man. I'm international now. Adco says coffee. Yeah, I do black coffee occasionally. Try to stick with black coffee. Be turning this truck off. I'm sitting here with the truck running, not thinking about it. It's kind of cool outside. There's no reason to have the truck running. The Ohio trucker, that's what I do on my 2016 Volvo 670. All right, you got the Volvo engine in that 670. Oh, I don't know. I think the sun went behind the cloud. I can stop fighting this curtain now. I'm over fighting that curtain. Um, but yeah, I like those 670 Volvos. Honestly, like if I wasn't gonna run Freightliner, I would do Volvo, and if I wasn't gonna do Volvo, I'd have a real choice to make because, um, I'm not the biggest fan of the PACCAR engine, and yeah, I'm not, and I'm just, I've had two of those PACCARs, so um, I don't know. It's debatable. It's debatable. I may, because when I picked out this truck, I almost got a T680 that was from the same company and almost the same specs, other than it was a PACCAR. But that 10 speed in that PACCAR, I can't do the auto 10 speed. If I was going to get a PACCAR engine, it would have to have a manual transmission. But yeah, Volvo would probably be my second choice. Let's see, J Rocks, where's your figures from last week? Did I miss it? I'll probably put that out tomorrow when I get done with this load. Be Friday to Friday doing that. So yeah, no, you haven't missed it. I'm gonna make a video in the morning probably. That should be out by noon tomorrow. It's gonna be a pretty good week. Let's see. Adco says chemistry class. Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff they're putting in these drinks, really, really make you wonder, what's going on. I mean, that's not the only huge, they got that one, and then they got, this can's kind of roughed up. This can's been rolling around back there. Let's see. Sodium benzoate. That sounds good. That sounds very tasty. Vegetable brominated vegetable oil. That sounds delicious. Ester gum. Yeah. Like, what the hell's in this, And it ain't just this soda, it's all sodas. And diet soda is probably worse than regular soda. That is some good biomated vegetable oil right there. Really hits the spot and burns a hole right through it. Let's see. Roy says, doesn't sound good, like good stuff to me. Doesn't sound good stuff to me. No, you definitely don't want to fill up on diet soda. Ohio Trucker, yes, the Volvo engine. All right, there you go. There's somebody running a Volvo engine. I love a lot of these truckers on YouTube. They never even run a Volvo, and they're on here. Oh, I wouldn't buy a Volvo because you blah 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 blah. And I'm like, why don't you go educate yourself and then come talk to me. So yeah, I don't know. Some people. I like the Volvo engine myself. Yeah, it's got its issues. They all got their issues. Let me just go ahead and break it to you. They don't make them like they used to. One's got this kind of issue. The other one's got that kind of issue. They've all got issues. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just what it is. Let's see. Adco, I hauled a lot of Dr. Pepper on my last job. Yeah, it's a good place to be, man. Dr. Pepper Sundrop. Weren't they tied in with 7-Up at one point? I don't know. Those beverage companies buy and sell each other so much. It's like, it's hard to keep up with it. Like, is it still Dr. Pepper Snapple Group? Like it used to be called when they merged or whatever. I don't know. Too much to keep up with. Let's see. Ohio Trucker says, I'm going to buy a second truck. It will be a Freightliner. All right. Yeah, these Freightliners, pretty solid. Pretty solid. I mean, they build them better than they used to. I mean, I ain't saying they're, I'm not saying they're, uh, like a Marmon. They're not a Marmon, but hey, they're pretty good trucks. They definitely are. Definitely got a better build quality than they used to. I'll put it to you like this: that 579, that last 579 I had was a 2018, and that thing had more rattles in it. I mean, I had little pieces of paper wedged in every piece of plastic on that truck. The plastic around the steering column was so annoying. Like, I had a half a roll of Gorilla Tape wrapped around that thing to try to keep it from rattling. So, if it's a fleet truck, it's a fleet truck. Like, just because it says Peterbilt or Kenworth, like, it, it's a fleet truck. Fleet trucks are fleet trucks, no matter what name's on the front of it. You know, to me, I think trucks are kind of heading down the road of the way cars are. In 5 years, you won't be able to, you won't be able to look at one from, 100 yards away and know what it is. I mean, just look at what Kenworth did with the 680. I mean, is it me, or does that 680 look like a Volvo, like a lot like a Volvo? If you get one with an integrated sleeper, like, it looks a lot like a Volvo from a little distance away. Same way with a Freightliner. Like, they've all went to that, like, square box. Well, I shouldn't say Freightliner, because Freightliner went a whole different route with the new one, the new Cascadia. I'm talking about the Cascadia like I got. Like, of like 2016, look at all the major brands. They had that square front, hood, or not square, but like the grill part is like a square. They're all swept back a little bit, at a little bit of an angle. Like, I don't know. I'm sitting here looking at a Kenworth T680 right now, right down there, and yeah, like, very much looks like a Volvo. Volvo. I mean, other than like the bumper, I don't know. Like, does Volvo change anything about the outside looks? It's kind of like Volvo's approach is, we perfected this in like 2004, and we never look back. I mean, Internationals kind of look different because they got more of a rounded front, but yeah, I'd say give it 5 to 10 years. They'll all look exactly the same. Let's see here. Adco, refreshing, sun dropping. Yeah, we're dropping the sun. We're dropping the sun right here. Sun drop. Get you one. Call me Sundrop. Need that sponsorship. Echo says, rough as some of the roads. I can't believe any of them hold up. Ain't that the truth, man? Like, how come they can't build a road that connects to a bridge, and then the bridge connects to the road on the other side without a 3-inch drop one way or the other? Like, God almighty. Kentucky is getting, like, I don't know if y'all run Kentucky a lot, but man, Kentucky is tripping over there. Like, like they need to up their, I mean, I hate to say this, I don't even want to say it, but they need to up their EFTA or something. Like, damn, work on your roads. They got a part of 24. They got about a 20-mile stretch of I-24 they've put all the traffic on one side of the road. And y'all know how Kentucky is. If you've been out here for any amount of time, Kentucky will tear up a 20-mile stretch of road, and then they'll take about 3 to 5 years to fix it. So they've got all the traffic over on one side of the freeway. Basically it's a 2-lane road. And all that traffic is tearing that thing to, I mean, there's holes you could bury a horse in out there. So I don't know what the plan is. And Kentucky is already expensive to drive. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing of it. Kentucky got their extra little taxes here and there. You can't get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't say you could get out of any of them. You're going to pay that IFTA. You're going to pay that road tax. But, like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even pay for it with my fuel. I can't even, like, get credit for it. Kentucky says, no, 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 no. I'll take my money every 120 days, or what is it, it's every 3 months, every 90 days. Kentucky's like, I take my money right there up front every 90 days. And if you want to pay electronically, give me $3. So, yeah. But yeah, Kentucky's getting rough. I will say this to Illinois. Man, they have worked on 39 and they have been efficient about it. I'm impressed with Illinois, because I thought Illinois had forgot how to pave a road. But they upped their IFTA tax significantly. I don't know, what, about 3 or 4 quarters ago, they jumped it from like 39 cents or something like that to 61 cents. So yeah, they bringing in a lot more money. They need to be fixing them roads. And 39 used to be the worst, man. 39 would jar your teeth out of your head. So I'm so glad they're working on that, and they're going at it pretty efficiently. I will say, like, they're getting it done. And they're not like Indiana. I went through Indiana. My beef with Indiana is this. Indiana, on 70, they only paved the hammer lane. They paved the hammer lane and then left. And I was like, wait, when are you coming back to pave the slow lane? Nah, we ain't paving the slow lane. We're going to let that beat your truck to death. So what I do is I just get in the left lane. I ride the left lane halfway across Indiana. Like if there's a car coming up behind me, I'll move over. But as soon as they pass me, I move it right back into the left lane. The way I tell them, if you don't like it, go write your congressman. Tell them to stop doing stupid crap with the money, like only paving the hammer lane. And Indiana will not fix a pothole. They will straight pave right over a pothole. And I'm like, what's that going to do? What are we doing? What are we doing? Hang on a second. I got a text here. Let me see. All right, I'm back. Yeah, they bugging. They bugging on this load, man. That broker. I picked this load up. Tuesday afternoon, and I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say I've got 30 text messages from this guy, like bugging like crazy, and he's got a tracking app. It bugs me. Why have a tracking app and then text me 3 times a day, where are you at? This guy told me, he said, hey, can you text me whenever you go to take a break? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, whenever you stop to take a break, can you send me a text? And I'm like, wow. I thought about being real smart. I thought about getting real smart with it and being like, I'm on the toilet, location, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do it, get smart with it, I mean, it's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no reason to be that picky about where it's at, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, still red light. But yeah, the broker texted me this morning, and he's got a tracking app that knows where I'm at. But he texts me, says, hey, I see you're at the location. Just wanted to know if you checked in. No, I just showed up here. I'm just sitting in the parking lot. I didn't go inside and give them my paperwork. I wouldn't, why would I do that? That's stupid. No, I showed up an hour early, and I'm just chilling in their parking lot. Yeah, I'm checked in. Like, you see I'm in the parking lot. You even acknowledge I'm in the parking lot. And then just now, that text was from them. Hey, let us know when you get out of there. Like, God almighty. Let you know when I have my next bowel movement. Like, damn, dude, calm down. Rory says Volvos are very popular in Europe. Great trucks, although I don't know how to say that. Scania. I see that. I know they own like part of PACCAR or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's a different company. Scania is probably the best. It's a wonder they aren't in North America yet. Yeah, I heard Tommy saying something about that the other day. Scottish trucker Tommy. I seen him saying something about it. Why, I wonder how come they haven't made it over to the U.S. yet. Uh, maybe they're happy with what they're doing over there. You know. Of course, I was going to say maybe it's regulation, but I think the regulations are a little tougher over there anyway. So, um, yeah, maybe they want to focus on what they got. You know, a lot of times when you expand outward, quality control falls off. Oh, let's see here. Let's see. The Ohio trucker says they are doing it now from Indianapolis east to Ohio, all one lane. Yeah. That's how they do over there. That's how they do over there. They pave that one lane in Indiana. Kills me. They'll leave the slow lane like just. It looks like it's been bombed. I mean, it literally looks like a road in a war zone, and they won't do nothing about it. They'll come through, they'll pave the left lane, they'll be out of there. I guess they figure, everybody that matters, all the politicians and everybody, they're going to be in the hammer lane, doing 100 mile an hour. So they'll pave that. But the people who actually make things happen, they got to be over there in the left lane suffering, or in the right lane, excuse me. Let's see here. Adco, you must be at U.S. Foods. Oh yeah, we at U.S. Foods all day over here. We're in a U.S. Foods type of mood. There you go. There's the scene at U.S. Foods. Of course, the phone's gonna focus on my pillar here. It's not gonna focus on the U.S. Foods. I love messing with the focus on these phones. Like, I need to turn that off. I don't like that. Of course, I don't know if you can turn that off on newer phones. Speaking of newer phones, I gotta get a new phone, man. This one here, I about spiked this one into the pavement the other day. It was throwing a fit on me. I didn't care for it. EJP Transport, what's up there? Says broker babysitting service they provide is very annoying. I relate to what you're saying. Enjoying. All right, we're back. Sorry, it locked up on me there. But I was reading EJP Transport. All right, finally another pallet come off. Jesus Christ, that was like 20 minutes in between pallets. I hope that's not the way they're going to go on this, but hey, it's U.S. Foods, if you delivered to U.S. Foods before, you know what I'm saying. I got to say, the U.S. Foods in, where was that at? I think it's Tampa, the U.S. Foods in Tampa. Whew, man, I have sat there many a long day. And you got to put on your yellow vest to go in and use the bathroom. That's what gets me. You got to have that yellow vest on if you go in the building. And you don't even go into where they work. You're in the office, and they're like, I'm like, I went in there to use the bathroom, and they're like, oh, you got to have your vest on. You got to get out of here unless you got a vest on. I'm like, I'm just here to take a leak. I'm not here to go inside. They were like, it doesn't matter. You got to have on a vest. I was like, Jesus Christ, have a brain. You know what I mean? That's what kills me about a lot of the rules at these places. It's like, I've got a brain. I don't know. But yeah, EJP Transport was saying broker babysitting service they provide is very annoying. I relate to what you are saying. I enjoy the conversation. Keep up the great work. Hey, I appreciate those kind words. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, the babysitting is boy, it's just not necessary. You've got a tracking app. I look at the broker babysitting service as it's like asking a man what he earns. half of them won't tell you, and the other half are going to lie to you. You know, like, I'm just talking about, like, you go to your average person and ask them, hey, what do you make? And I don't know. It's like that broker babysitting service. You've got the tracking app. That's all you need. Because everything else I could just be making up, like you could be like, hey, what's that reefer temperature? Hell, I could tell you, oh, it's mine's -10. This load's -10. Oh, it's -10. Hell, I could have the reefer off. You know what I'm saying? Like, your load could be at 90 degrees and you wouldn't know it. Like, now obviously, anybody worth a damn would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that would pretty much be the end of your trucking company. You do a load like that. So, yeah. I just don't get the need for all this tracking and babysitting. And I mean, I get it if you want to put a tracking app on a phone. I'm not a fan of it, but at the same time, like, I'll give you that one. There are thieves out here. You want to know where your product's at. I give you that one. I ain't mad at that one. Man, I'm not happy about having all these tracking apps. And as soon as I get done with a load, like tomorrow when they pull that, the second they pull that off, I send that broker a text, I'm unloaded, whatever, bam, that tracking app's coming off my phone. Because I think a lot of those tracking apps, they're collecting all that data and they're using it against us. They really are. I mean, it's not even I think. It's like, I know they are. Because, they're trying to take away negotiating power. Is what they're doing, and they're getting pretty good at it. It's like the DAT load board, okay, or any load board. I shouldn't specifically say them. I got nothing against DAT, but here's the thing: all these brokerages that use this data, they're figuring out where all the trucks are, and all right, so look at it this way. Let's use Minneapolis as an example, okay? Say I'm going to book a load out of Minneapolis today. Well, they know the data. They know, all right, so there's 20 loads. Let's just round number it real quick. There's 20 loads coming out of Minneapolis today. Well, let's say there's 25 trucks in the area available. If they know that, they're gonna drop the price because they've got more trucks than they do freight, so they're gonna drop the price. And it works the other way, but they use that to their advantage, not to raise the rate, because then they'll say there's 25 loads and 20 trucks. They'll just go, well, is there any way, we can not move a few loads today to keep the price down? You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't have to move today, let's wait till tomorrow. They got data, and data is money. So that they do use that against us. I don't care what anybody says. I know that for a fact. So like I said, I delete them apps immediately. You don't need to know where I'm at. You don't need to know what I'm doing. Like, to me, I think if you keep all that tracking on, you're giving them an advantage, Sorry, my phone mount's falling here. I've been messing with it too much. But yeah, so I try to stay away from letting them have the tracking apps all the time. Just how it is, But yeah, I guess I'm gonna hop off here, guys. Nobody else got nothing to say. I've kind of rambled on here for about an hour, so I think I'm gonna hop off here. I do appreciate everybody coming in and listening and conversating. That's what the lives are all about. You got to have some conversation to make a live happen. And I do appreciate everybody commenting. I appreciate everybody helping. When someone asks a question, I appreciate all the answers that get thrown in. That really means a lot to me when people do that, because we're helping each other out at that point. And that's what I would like to make. That's what this channel has been about from the beginning. Is I want a place where you can come get information. I want to be the encyclopedia of YouTube trucking, or the Wikipedia, I guess, because encyclopedia is not really a thing anymore, is it? But yeah, I want to be like the Wikipedia of YouTube trucking. Like, I don't necessarily have all the answers, but I would like to facilitate a place for all the answers. But anyway, guys, I'm hopping off here. Hopefully they're close to getting done. They feel like they've pulled another couple pallets off real quick right there. So maybe we're getting somewhere. I mean, this wasn't even like a half a truckload. These were like weird little pallets. So yeah, it was like 20 pallets, but they were like not even close to being a truckload. It was like barely a half a truckload. But all right, my phone mount says it is time to get off here. Until later, guys, take care of each other. Bye.